Hi everyone, Professor Wolverine here, and I'm psychic. Don't believe me? All you have to do is prove me wrong and I'll give you $1,000,000. Okay, here's what's going to happen. Pick a number, any number. If it's even, divide it by 2. If it's odd, multiply it by 3 and add 1. Keep repeating this. I guarantee you eventually you'll get to 1. Here's an example. Suppose I chose 5. 5 is odd, so I multiply it by 3 and add 1. This gives me 16. 16 is even, so I divide it by 2. This gives me 8. 8 is again even, so I divide it by 2 and I get 4. 4 is again even, so I divide it by 2. I get 2, which is again even, and so I divide it by 2, and I get 1. Just like I said. Here's another example. Suppose I start with 6. 6 is even, so I divide it by 2, and this gives me 3. 3 is odd, so I multiply it by 3 and add 1. I get 10. 10 is even, so I divide it by 2. I get 5, which is odd. So I multiply it by 3 and add 1. I get 16, which is even. So I divide that by 2. I get 8, which is again even. Divide that by 2. I get 4, still even. Divide that by 2. I get 2, even again. So I divide that by 2 and I get 1, just as I predicted. This is called the Collatz Conjecture. This is a very famous problem, and if you find a number which doesn't eventually lead to 1, you'll become rich and famous. So yeah, this problem is called the Collatz Conjecture, and it's a very famous open problem. This means it hasn't been solved yet, and it's been around for a long time. So the history of the problem is that the conjecture is named after Lothar Collatz. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. He was a German mathematician. This problem was introduced in 1937. So it's 2021 now. Crazy, right? So that was 84 years ago. And it still hasn't been solved. And it's not because it's not known. It's actually a very famous open problem. Like one of the most famous open problems in math. There's a famous mathematician named Paul Erdos, or Erdos, or however you pronounce it. He said about the conjecture, mathematics may not be ready for such problems. Now, Paul Erdos was a very famous mathematician. He was actually one of the most prolific mathematicians of all time, if not the most prolific. He was a very interesting character. You should read about him. He was a Hungarian mathematician and he was a vagabond, so he didn't really have a permanent home. He sort of went from mathematicians. He went to different mathematicians' homes, stayed there for a while, wrote a paper with them, left, and visited a new mathematician, stayed at their place, wrote a paper with them, etc. Very interesting guy. Now, he actually offered $500 US for its solution. Now, I think this was a long time ago, so $500 US, back when he offered it is like, way more now. So I'm offering $1,000,000, but actually I don't have $1,000,000, so sorry. But in any case, if you do find a counterexample, you won't need it because you'll become very famous. I guarantee, and you'll probably get a lot of money just because you solved one of the biggest open problems in math. So a million has 6 zeros, a billion has 9 zeros, a trillion has 12 zeros. So this number that it's been checked up into has 20 zeros. So it's way, way bigger than a trillion. So it's like, it's like enormous. So I think most mathematicians believe this to be true, the conjecture. But yeah, so far it seems out of reach. There's no proof. And people have been trying to prove it for a long time. As I said, it was first conjecture 84 years ago. A very long time ago. And it's such a simple problem. So it's kind of surprising that, it's not known. But there actually are a lot of problems like this in math. Largely in number theory that are very simple to state and understand. But they just, have no idea how to prove them. Another one like this is the twin prime conjecture. I'll save that for another video. But there's been some progress on that one recently. But again, they still don't know how to prove it, but everyone seems to think that it's true. So yeah, if you found this video interesting at all, please subscribe, like, comment, share. I'll reply to everyone. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the comments, and I hope you subscribe and continue watching my videos. If you have any suggestions or have anything you want me to talk about, need any help with math, physics, or any other kind of puzzle, let me know. And until next time, Professor Wolverine, out.